I am still the smoothest voice to the land of the brave. It is officially poetic. And like I did mention before that song that I was going to be joined, that is by FILLEMON. Now, this is a man that just released an album on the 1st of August. Men said, hello, August is my month. Now, the beauty about this album, even though it has 9 tracks, this took a decade of hard work, of sweat, just so he can bring you a masterpiece that you will never forget of. So please allow me the opportunity as well as the honor to introduce to you FILLEMON. How's it going?
I'm good. Thank you so much for the introduction.
No. It needs to be put out there. You know, you put in a lot of work for it, so it needs to be put out there. Yeah, so let's talk about it. Yeah. SLF'ish, the album that took so long, but I think it was worth it.
Yeah.
What was the inspiration behind it?
There was no immediate inspiration. You know? Like, it's pretty crazy. As soon as I got out of high school, I had my years of gap years.
Yeah.
And then I went to go study sound engineering. I came back, I killed the real estate game. You know, I jumped into this entrepreneurship. We did some tololi in the e-commerce games. I did a whole lot of tech. What's crazy is while I was busy on this journey, I started forming this family. It's called Self and SLF'ish. You guys will catch up.
Okay.
So, you know, when this crew started coming together, it's like a group of people like Chimera, Martin, and Davichi, who's very, very talented. He came through. He said, yo, no, let's sit down. Let's actually work on something. I said, all right, let me drop like a 5-track EP.
Yeah.
He said, nah. Let's give them something hot, you know? So he started, you know, first we were going through beat selection and whatnot. And then I told him, nah, let's just play the metronome. So he started playing the metronome, and then I rapped on the metronome, you know? No beats and whatnot, except for this first track. And then after that, it just became what it became. You know, there's like 12 tracks, and then we dumbed it down to about 9 tracks with the help of Emmanuel Rose. You know, there's a lot of people quite involved in it, so I'm quite happy about it.
So what were the other tracks, you know, the 3 remaining ones, lacking that the 9 were just like they needed to go onto the album?
Yeah, like, I mean, if you bump SLF'ish, you'll notice that it's a very oud, very winter, very warm type of project, and that's what I was sort of going for.
Yeah.
A lot of rap, hip-hop, warmth. So the other songs are a little bit brighter, they're a little bit more playful, and you know, like it's something that you could vibe to, and I think I'm gonna hold that for spring, December. I think I'm just gonna keep on coming with the singles and the EPs after this, you know. So I keep this one, hold it close to your heart, and then watch as I drop, you know.
Okay, you mentioned Da Vinci, and Da Vinci was one of the pivotal people to kind of like play within the making of this album. How was it, you know, working with Da Vinci? He's a really talented producer. So how was it working with him?
Da Vinci is great, man. He was really able to put the ideas together. Like I said, I didn't dive on there with any beats that he had ready. He just played the click, tick, 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 and then he started producing around it. I mean, the sounds that you're hearing, all of that is Davichi. And you know what's crazy is that he likes to niche in Afro tech. You know, he does Afro tech. He can do all that house stuff. And he'll throw some crazy like Afro house and then this brilliant hip hop project. Working with him was definitely a different experience. I feel as if though he really sharpened the skill a little bit, and I think it was a necessary experience. I hope he enjoyed it as much as I did, because I really enjoyed working with Davichi.
And I feel like he might have enjoyed it. Now, going back again, just to, you know, it took you basically a decade for some of these songs and stuff like that. When someone listens to SLF'ish, what do you want them to know about you? Because I believe that that album also has a lot about yourself in terms of maybe certain songs might have been inspired by certain things that happen in your life. So when you listen to the album SLF'ish, what do you want the album to say about FILLEMON?
You know, finding myself was a really, really difficult thing. And I think it stems from not taking the moment to actually think about what I like, you know? What do I like? What color do I like? What smells do I like? What do I think is cool, you know? Like, which people do I mess with? Which people do I not mess with, you know? And throughout these 10 years, you know, I was battling, trying to be myself so much. And, you know, the biggest trip, I think I had it, and I always have this conversation with the people around me, is that God gave us one trip, and the only person that I can see right now is the person opposite me. So it's my job to make sure that the person that I'm speaking to is always in the best condition, you know? So speaking about it in that sense is like, SLF'ish is about all of my personal experiences, but really it speaks on the influence that my environment has had on me and the type of experience that I'd like to have on other people. So on the cover, you would see that there's this philosopher type guy. I really went technical, and the artist, Ati Sasta, he really went hard. He drew that thing, He drew it by hand. 3 ladies with, you know, ones with the brain open. I think it speaks on influence, how these lyrics are sort of supposed to allow us to be proud of ourselves in our African heritage, and on the back you see the 3 African queens that Artist Asta drew on that. So that's pretty fresh, you know, like SLF'ish is an opportunity to dive into like my experiences throughout the decades, but also it gives you an idea of where I'm taking this thing for the next 5-10 years.
Okay, no, I love it, and the album has a lot of depth, but also in some of your raps you've mentioned, you know, your friends, your family and stuff like that. What pivotal role did they have, you know, in creating as well as just helping you with this album, as well as certain singles and tracks?
So, I mean, like I said again, a lot of it is just based, you are a product of your environment. So a lot of the tracks I trusted that, you know, when we stepped on the mic, I didn't have a beat in place, but I trusted the Vici to sort of just mean something. And I'd walk away, I wouldn't be over his shoulder, you know. Even people who don't do any music, Kimmy, she's running Self Mag right now. She's been doing a lot of heavy lifting. That lady over there is a photographer, videographer.
Okay.
She's been doing the documentaries and some of the music videos and visualizers you've been seeing. And I have some of my people close to me, like Kefla. He does the videos. And you know what's crazy? Is that this whole Self Mag thing that we're putting together, it's not like a record label or anything, but it's just, what I did is I turned my whole lounge, my dining room and my veranda into a studio. So one is Artist Studio, the center is the Vici Studio, and on the left-hand side you have Kimmy's studio, it's the videography and photography studio. Putting a place like that, putting a place like that in place allows a lot of creatives to come around. I mean, some are more serious than others. But I think as we're able to push, I started realizing that it actually takes this whole village to make this product. Yo, I'm just one of these products. I'm literally just opening up the cracks. You're still gonna see like amazing people like Mateo and Wea coming to life. And when it comes to family, I think you'll hear me mentioning a couple times. I think it's the main person in my family, but that's my mama. And of course my daughter. So I think family is a big part of what I do, and I think that's really a main driver of what every artist's career should be.
No, I love it. I love the fact that you came here and you decided, now I'm going to talk. Also, I low-key might kind of want to come check out that creative space that you guys have going on. I think Watagwa might come through, you know, just for a drive and check it out. Because it looks really amazing. Now, obviously, with these 9 tracks that you have popping up, are we expecting any visuals, any music videos from any of them?
You know, this one I like to be a little bit mysterious with. I might have a surprise coming up very, very soon. But what I will say is that I'm not done rolling out the project yet. You guys, I'm just getting started. These visualizers and what you guys are seeing now, I'm just getting started. Perhaps not traditional music videos, but what we're going to give you is something quite special. I've got a strong team. And of course, like guys like you, like this opportunity being over here, if Watagwan can actually make the time to come by, I think that will really build the culture. I think that's what I'm here to do also. To like really push culture. So, I forgot what the question was.
I think you answered it in yourself, you know, in terms of, you know, the music videos and you wanting to kind of be a little bit serious. But you also dropped visuals for, visualizer basically for Bridges.
It was for Bridges, where I introduced Wea, and then we have one for Source for Sale as well. Those were both done by Kimera Low. She's tough. The Source for Sale was shot by Kefle and Tabani. Tabani is pretty sick. He was working in South Africa, and he shot like a little, was part of the team that shot Mr. Beast's thing. So the video for Mr. Beast, one of Mr. Beast's giveaways. So that's pretty cool. We've got a lot of like talented people in Namibia that are just like, they're trying to pop and shine right now. So,
no, I'm interested into finding more. Obviously, you coming up here now, you basically got a lot of fans now. So any final words for creatives out there that want to be like you, maybe want to join the family, or just basically any final words from FILLEMON?
So first things first, follow at Self Mag, at SLF Mag. Follow at Eyes on FILLEMON if you want to hear the music to play. A lot of hard work went into this. I mean, you guys had Martin Amushenje, and now it's FILLEMON, next is Vici, next is Wea, next is Mateo. I'm really excited to see where the culture is going. Again, I want to say thank you for hosting me now. It's not the last time you guys are going to see me. My whole, you know, I actually wanted to make a point with this project. I want you guys to actually take this opportunity to go and bump it and actually just put me on a level with any other artist that was put out there, you know. I took the time to go and do the sound engineering thing. I took the time to understand business, and now I'm applying it to music, you know, sort of music business. So I'm really, really excited to see where this thing is going. And I want everyone to place the standard of this album against who your favorite is, locally and internationally, so that we can actually start setting this standard. Bro, I think that we have the capability to do so much, you know?
Okay.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, thank you. You have homework. If you are watching, you have homework. Listen to the album. Put it against your top dogs, locally as well as internationally. Give them a chance to blow you away. The culture is changing. The music scene is becoming something different here. That is, of course, in the land of the brave. And Watagwan is working step by step with it all the way. Without being said, it is, of course, that from Philemon. Right now, we're going back to the DJ.